One morning, a strange smell came from Mama Nneka's kitchen in Obodo Amaka. People who ate the food felt a sudden change in taste that made them uneasy. They wondered if something was wrong with the water used in cooking. No one saw any magic or tricks, just a mix-up that no one expected. This small mistake raised many questions. How could the food, once so loved, now make people feel odd? The town grew quiet and curious. What had gone wrong in the kitchen that changed the taste of their favorite meal? Obodo Amaka is a lively town where people greet each other with warm smiles. Every morning, the streets fill with the sound of vendors calling out and children playing. The market is always busy with sellers offering fresh fruits, vegetables, and tasty snacks. At the heart of the town, many small food stalls make meals for everyone. Neighbors share simple meals and talk about the day ahead. In this friendly town, every face is known, and trust runs deep. The local food stands are popular because they serve honest, good food made with care. Life in Obodo Amaka moves at a gentle pace, full of everyday work and small joys. People come together to celebrate small moments, and every meal feels like a special gathering among friends and family. In a little wooden house with a bright yellow door, Mama Nneka runs a small kitchen. Her kitchen is simple and neat. Every day, Mama Nneka wakes up early and starts cooking with care. The sign on the door reads, "Mama Nneka makes the best food." The smell of cooked rice, vegetables, and stewed meat fills the air and draws people in. Neighbors line up outside, waiting for a warm bowl of soup or a plate of tasty rice. The food is made with simple ingredients, and Mama Nneka always uses the same recipes that have been passed down for years. Her gentle smile and kind words make every guest feel welcome. In her kitchen, every meal is shared with love and honesty. Mama Nneka never hides her methods, yet she is quiet about where her water comes from. The town trusts her, for her food is a part of many happy memories. Each bite brings back the warmth of home and the joy of sharing a meal with loved ones. Amaka is a young woman from Obodo Amaka who joins Mama Nneka's kitchen to help. She comes from a modest home and works hard to support her family and continue her studies. Every morning, Amaka wears her best simple shirt and helps with washing vegetables, stirring pots, and serving meals. She listens carefully to Mama Nneka's instructions and learns how to make the dishes that the town loves. Amaka is gentle and kind, and she enjoys the friendly chatter that fills the kitchen. She notices the way Mama Nneka works quietly and with care. Even though she is new, everyone in the kitchen treats her like family. Amaka is curious about how the kitchen always has enough food and water for everyone. While she works, she dreams of one day opening her own small stall. For now, she is happy to learn from Mama Nneka and serve the people of the town. Every day in the kitchen teaches her the value of hard work and kindness. Every dish from Mama Nneka's kitchen is a delight. The aroma of warm rice, fresh vegetables, and tender meat fills the room. People from all over Obodo Amaka come to taste her food. They say the meals make them feel good and give them strength for the day ahead. The dishes are simple, yet they bring back memories of home and family gatherings. The food is prepared with care, and each bowl seems to have a touch of love in it. Customers smile as they take a bite, and even a small spoonful can bring comfort. It is not just about the taste, it is the way the food makes everyone feel safe and happy. Mama Nneka works hard to keep her recipes just the way they are, and she never changes a thing. Though regulars often say that her food is like a warm hug, even on a tiring day, a meal at Mama Nneka's kitchen can lift the spirit of anyone who enters. As the days pass, Amaka begins to notice small details in the kitchen that make her curious. Mama Nneka always uses the same water from a small jar. She never speaks much about where the water comes from, and she never tests it. Amaka wonders if the water might be different from what others use. Even though the food tastes very good, there is a small worry in her mind. She asks herself, what if the water is not as clean as it should be? Her questions are simple, but they grow as she sees how careful Mama Nneka is with her work. The other helpers do not share her thoughts, and the customers keep praising the meals. Yet, Amaka's heart is filled with a quiet concern. She starts to pay more attention to how the water is stored and how often it is used. The small jar seems to hold a secret that no one talks about. Even though her mind is full of questions, she does not want to upset her kind boss. She decides to keep her worries to herself for a little while longer. Late at night, when the town grows quiet and the stars shine above, the kitchen of Mama Nneka's house feels different. Amaka sometimes hears soft sounds coming from the room where the water jar is kept. It is not a loud noise, but it makes her feel uneasy. In the silence of the night, the simple clink of a bottle and the rustle of a cloth seem louder than usual. Amaka's heart beats faster when she hears these sounds. She stays awake, trying to understand what is happening in a place that has always been calm. There is no magic, only the natural hum of a working kitchen that continues even after the day's busy rush. But Amaka, these small noises spark questions about the care taken with the water. Could there be a mistake in how it is handled? Even though the thought is unsettling, she does not rush to tell anyone. She keeps her eyes open, hoping to see something that explains the strange sounds. In the quiet night, her mind fills with simple, honest questions about what she hears and sees. One very still night, when the kitchen was empty and the cool air whispered through the door, Amaka felt brave. She tiptoed quietly past the sleeping tables and walked towards the place where the water jar was kept. The room was dim, and only a soft light from the street lamp came in through a window. With careful hands, Amaka opened the small door and looked inside. She saw the jar of water on a wooden shelf, and she noticed something odd. The water did not look as clear as it should be. It was a bit cloudy, and there was a slight smell that she did not expect. Amaka's eyes widened as she tried to understand what she saw. She wondered if the water had been mixed with something by accident. She thought about how many people ate the food that day and felt a wave of concern. Quietly, she closed the door, her heart beating fast. In that moment, Amaka felt the weight of her discovery. She realized that a simple mistake might have changed the taste of the food that everyone loved. She promised herself that she would find the truth soon. In the days that followed, Amaka could not stop thinking about the cloudy water. She began to pay close attention to how it was used in the kitchen. Mama Nneka would pour the water into the pots without checking it, as she had always done. Amaka remembered a time when her own family had trouble with water from a broken pipe. She started to wonder if the water in the jar was the same water that sometimes caused small stomach aches in the neighborhood. The thought made her feel uneasy. She decided to ask a quiet question to one of the older helpers, but they only smiled and said, "It has always been like that." Amaka did not understand why no one questioned it. The water, though used for a long time, might not be as clean as it seemed. Her simple mind filled with worry for the health of the people who trusted the food. She began to think that a small mix-up, a simple mistake in choosing water, could change everything. The idea was not dark, but it was real and important. She knew that she had to look more closely at the source of the water to keep everyone safe. Soon, some customers began to notice a small change in the taste of Mama Nneka's food. The dishes still snuffed good, but there was a slight, unusual flavor that made them pause. When people took a bite, they felt a mild discomfort, as if the food was not as pure as it used to be. Mothers worried for their children and old men frowned with concern. The townspeople, who had always trusted Mama Nneka's cooking, started to ask simple questions. Has something changed in the water? They wondered aloud. Amaka listened carefully as customers shared their experiences. Some felt a bit sick, and others said the flavor was odd. Even though no one shouted or made a fuss, a quiet worry began to grow. The community trusted the food because it had always been a symbol of care. The change made everyone think twice. Amaka's heart sank with the knowledge of the cloudy water. She knew that something had to be done, but she was not sure how to speak up without hurting Mama Nneka's feelings. The taste of the food had become a small sign of a bigger problem. Worried about the strange taste and the cloudy water, Amaka decided to seek advice. She went to see Uncle Okoro, a wise man in the town known for his simple and honest views. Uncle Okoro lived in a small house near the market and had helped many people with his clear advice. When Amaka told him about the water and the odd flavor, Uncle Okoro listened quietly. He said, "Sometimes, even things we trust can have mistakes. Water can change if not kept right. We must check if it is clean." Uncle Okoro explained in simple words that a small error in handling water can cause food to taste different and make people feel uneasy. He told Amaka to be careful and to ask Mama Nneka about it in a kind way. Uncle Okoro also mentioned that many small shops in town had faced similar problems before and fixed them with honest work. Amaka felt a little relief from the wise man's words. She promised herself that she would speak up kindly so that everyone could enjoy the food again. The advice was clear and simple, and it gave Amaka hope for a solution that would protect her community. As days passed, more people in Obodo Amaka began to talk about the strange taste in the food. At the market, shopkeepers and neighbors exchanged gentle whispers and worried glances. They had always trusted Mama Nneka, but now they felt a need to learn the truth. Some parents asked, "Is our food safe?" in a calm, simple voice. A few customers shared their mild discomfort with others. The talk was not loud or angry. It was a quiet discussion among friends. Amaka listened to these talks, feeling that her earlier worries were shared by many. The community, known for its trust and warmth, decided to seek a clear answer. They believed that if something was wrong, it could be fixed by talking honestly. People started asking for more care in checking the water and the ingredients. The murmurs grew slowly, like a small stream gathering force. The town did not want to lose the love for the food they cherished, but they needed to know that everything was truly safe. Amaka's simple concern had touched the hearts of many. The discussion was honest and caring, not dark or frightening, and everyone hoped for a clear answer soon. Amaka knew that a change was needed to make the food safe again. She thought of a brave plan that would help everyone without hurting Mama Nneka. In simple words, she decided to talk to her about the water. She prepared herself, choosing kind and respectful words. Amaka planned to ask if Mama Nneka had checked the water recently, and if she might consider using water that was tested and clean. She believed that a small change could bring back the trust of the people without taking away the taste they loved. Amaka shared her plan with a few trusted friends at the kitchen. They all agreed that this was the best way to help. They knew that Mama Nneka would never hurt anyone on purpose, and that a simple mistake could happen to anyone. With her heart beating fast but with clear hope, Amaka decided that the next time Mama Nneka was busy, she would gently ask her. She was ready to stand up for the health of the town, even if it meant a difficult conversation with someone she admired so much. Her plan was honest and filled with care for everyone. The next morning, as the sun rose gently over Obodo Amaka, Amaka found a quiet moment to speak with Mama Nneka. With simple words and a soft tone, she asked, "Mama, have you checked the water we use in the kitchen lately? It seems a little cloudy." Mama Nneka was surprised by her question. She had always trusted the water without a second thought. With calm eyes, she listened to Amaka's gentle concern. She admitted that she had not tested the water in a long time because she always believed it was good. Amaka explained that sometimes water from the old pipe can get dirty, even if it looks clear. Mama Nneka felt a mix of worry and relief. She was thankful that Amaka cared enough to ask. Together, they decided to check the water. They agreed that the safety of the food was the most important thing. In that honest conversation, both learned that simple questions could lead to better care. Mama Nneka promised to make changes. Amaka felt proud that she had spoken up with kindness and respect. Their talk was clear and friendly, showing that honest words can make a big difference. After the honest conversation, Mama Nneka took action. With help from Amaka and other kind helpers, the kitchen began to change for the better. They called a local technician to check the water supply. The technician explained that the old pipe had caused some dirt to mix with the water. Together, they fixed the pipe and made sure the water was clean. Every day, Mama Nneka now used water that was safe and clear. The kitchen, once filled with small worries, became a place of careful work and care. The customers soon noticed the difference. The food tasted just as they remembered, warm, honest, and full of the simple taste they loved. People returned with smiles, relieved to know that their health was cared for. The town worked together to support Mama Nneka. They helped check the supplies and made suggestions to keep the kitchen running well. The changes were small, but they meant a lot to everyone. The simple act of checking water brought the community closer. With every meal, there was a sense of safety and trust restored, and the happy hum of the kitchen returned. With the kitchen now using clean water and proper care, Mama Nneka's food was as delicious as ever. The people of Obodo Amaka felt safe and happy when they ate their meals. The small mistake had been fixed through simple care and honest work. Life in the town returned to its friendly rhythm. Amaka continued to work hard, learning new things every day. Mama Nneka smiled warmly as she served her regular customers, and the trust of the community was restored. The changes in the kitchen brought a new start. People began to share their ideas on how to keep their food safe and their bodies healthy. The experience taught everyone the importance of checking even small things in life. Yeah. As the sun sets and the town gathers for dinner, a simple question lingers in everyone's mind. How can we all keep our trust in what we eat and make sure our food is always safe for us? Give us your answer and thoughts in the comments below if you enjoy the story. Give us a thumbs up, share it with friends, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest updates. Thanks for watching and stay blessed. Amen.